Chapter 25, The Ideal Sales Letter. You remember the newspaper editor's description of the ideal wedding? Fake a beautiful heiress. He said, have her elope with the chauffeur. Let the irate father sue with a shotgun and a high-powered car. Throw in a smash-up, a heroic rescue, and a nip-and-tuck finish, and you have the ideal situation dear to tabloid readers. And his advice to cub reporters was to go to every wedding with that ideal situation in mind. See how many of the dramatic elements from that situation could be found in the function he was attending and build his story around them. Much the same thought can be used in writing letters. No matter what the product or service you are writing about, first put yourself in the place of your prospective customer. Think of every property you could possibly desire in such a product or service. Think of everything you would like to have it do for you. Work out the ultimate ideal, then write a letter that stresses every desirable point of that ideal product. Here, for instance, is the basis for an ideal bargain appeal on linen tablecloths. Read it, then turn back to the old damaged set letter and see how closely we came to the ideal in our offerings with it. We are manufacturers of linen tablecloths. We import the finest linen direct from Belfast, linen with the sheen of satin so heavy it will stand alone, so strong it will wear forever. Linen like that is worth a king's ransom, and costs just about that in the best stores. But by selling it to you direct with no wholesaler or middleman or high store expenses or service charges, we can save you half the usual price. But that isn't all. Even at half the regular retail price, this linen is so costly that you may feel you still cannot afford it. But in manufacturing thousands of these fine tablecloths, we turn out an occasional one with some slight flaw in it, perhaps an uneven hem, perhaps a slight discoloration in some tiny spot. Not enough to be apparent to the eye of any but the expert, but still not up to our standard of perfection. Over the past few months, we have accumulated perhaps 30 or 40 of these technically imperfect tablecloths. While they last, you can have one for 1/3 off our already low price. Remember though, we have only 30 or 40 of these, and we may not have another for months, so if you want to even see one, it behooves you to use the enclosed order form quickly. When you have your ideal letter written to your satisfaction, let it cool for a day. The next day, go over it and cross out every descriptive phrase and adjective that cannot honestly be applied to your product. You will be surprised at how many you have left, more than enough to write the finest sort of a letter that will build a picture in your reader's mind so desirable that he will scarcely be able to refrain from ordering. There is an old saying, that there is nothing you can say about a 50-cent cigar that you cannot say about a 5-cent one. And the Cremo advertising seems to be proving the truth of it. You see, the only difference between an expensive product and one of ordinary price is usually one of degree. In a general way, they look alike. They are made of much the same type of material. They will do the same things. The difference is in the degree of pleasure or satisfaction they will bring, and this is largely in the mind of the buyer. So your job is to build a picture in his mind's eye of what he will get from your product or service. Build it with bricks he can handle, with words and mental images that are familiar to him. Do not exaggerate, or he will refuse to believe in it and kick the whole structure over disgustedly, like a child trying to build with blocks a house that will not come out right. But keep it attractive. Keep it desirable, more desirable far than the money or the time or the trouble it takes to build it. Do not make the mistake of tying to stress in your letter all the points of your product. You can list them in a separate folder and make your letter the stronger for it. But find the one point on which your sale is likely to hang and build your letter around it. Let that be the focal point of your mental image, your picture, and let every word in it be a brushstroke that adds clearness and power to that one focal point. Then remember that it is not enough merely to tell your reader to order now or mail the enclosed card at once. Why must he do this? What will he gain by doing it now? What will he lose by delay? You must dangle certain bait before his eyes. You must hold over his head a sword of Damocles, the thread of which may be cut at any moment. Set a time beyond which orders will not be accepted, or give a valid reason why the supply is strictly limited, or announce an increase in price that takes effect on a certain date. or make a special combination offer, good only for a limited time. But whatever you do, make it sound as though you mean it. If you set a time limit, say positively that no orders will be accepted beyond that date. If you announce a raise in price, tell them there will be no last-minute concessions. All orders not mailed by a certain date will take the higher price. Be definite and be positive. You will lose a few last-minute orders, but you will gain 10 times the number in those who are impelled to act the moment they read the letter. While the order card is in their hands, for fear if they lay it down, they will delay and be too late. These are the important factors of a successful letter. There are others, however, that add to or take away from their effectiveness. The first essential is to get your reader to look inside the envelope. That may sound simple and is simple on ordinary correspondence. But when you have been circularizing in a large way and people recognize your envelopes as circulars at sight, then it becomes a problem. Some people depend upon teasers on the outside of the envelope to arouse the reader's curiosity and make him look at the letter to see what it is all about. A really effective teaser is good, but the effective ones are scarce. As a general rule, it is better to try to make your envelope so personal-looking and so attractive that the reader will at least want to know whom it is from and what it is about. This can be done in various ways. If your name is too well known and your mere corner card brands the envelope as containing a circular, it frequently pays to use a box number in the corner, with an armorial design or a monogram or some such attractive insignia under it. Using a window envelope sometimes helps, as does a change in the color of the envelope or in the size. If your mailings have been going in a number 6 envelope, change to a baronial at times, from that to a monarch, then to a number 9 and back to your number 6, varying your Comer card on all, and sometimes changing the color as well as the size of your envelope. One concern makes a specialty of letters on pseudo-telegraph forms, mailed in envelopes that look almost exactly like the yellow window envelopes the Western Union uses for telegrams. We have tried them and found them very effective as a variation from our usual forms. Another makes a giant telegram of it, using 18-point type, a giant envelope and a pseudo-telegraph form inside to fit it. This, in our experience, has been even more effective than the other. But again, it is just a novelty and will wear out quickly if used too much. Such novelties, however, are invaluable to the man who does much circularizing, for they keep his appeal from going stale. People never throw away his letters unopened because they are never able to discount in advance what is inside them. But when they have taken your reader into your letter, their job is done. From there on, it is up to you to win his interest and turn it into a sale. What is the most important factor in the making of your sale? Your letter. The circular helps, and the order card makes it easier, but the letter must carry the load. If you have not the stuff in it, it does not matter where else you have it. It will not do you much good. So put your best efforts into your letter. Keep an idea file of good starters, good descriptions, good closers, good pointers of all kinds, not to copy, but to inspire you to new and better ideas. There's nothing like glancing over a few such ideas to stimulate your own brain cells into action. And always remember that the point which sells your customer is not what your product is, but what it will do for him. Remember, too, that the purpose of a letter is to put ideas into your reader's head. So be careful not to put in negative ones that you will have to take out again before you can make a sale. Some people will tell you never to write long letters, others never to make them short. Both are wrong, as didactic extremists usually are. As a general proposition, it is advisable to make your letter short and snappy when you are trying for inquiries, and all you want is to win enough of the prospect's interest to make him ask for further particulars. Before a man will definitely commit himself to buy, however, he wants to know all about the thing you are offering, and you cannot tell him that in a short letter. So tell your story, no matter how long or how short it may be, striving simply to keep it interesting. The only safe measure you can apply is the one Lincoln gave when someone asked him how long a man's leg should be. Long enough to reach the ground? And that is the end of Chapter 25. If you would like to grab your copy of the Robert Collier letter book, click the link in the description and you will find it available in German, Spanish, and French, alongside many other fundamental marketing books. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more direct response content. See you in the next one.